Hello and welcome. This is Sahara playing Witcher 2. Okay, so I ran across a person that I didn't see last time. So are you here about the war with Hensel?
I guess you're here about the war with Kedwin.
They wouldn't let us near Natalis, and Radovid refuses an audience. Scandalous. The mages drone on about their coven of advisors, but even they don't take us seriously. Perhaps the prince could get something, but I'm not certain they'll let him into the talks. Hensel protested, and the others are too cowardly to stand up to him. As a result, we are not officially here.
Hensel can't openly interfere in your matters.
Who's to stop him? He claims the prince is preparing to set a dangerous precedent by eradicating serfdom.
Terrible crime. Next thing you know, he'll do away with court protocol.
Okay, so that's what played when we first met him. So will you sign the treaty?
The mages will be overjoyed if you sign their treaty. Any idea who'd be the advisor in Vengerberg?
They insist on appointing the advisors themselves, though I doubt Saskia would accept that.
Anything can happen.
That lass will allow no one to control her. I've been observing her. She's a splendid commander.
Making her even more dangerous if anyone manages to manipulate her.
I'm not sure I understand.
Just thinking aloud.
Okay, Godspeed. All right, so yeah, I don't know who he is. Sigrid? Anyway, so when I went over there to talk to to her, Felicia, she had a whole bunch. I forgot to look in her tombs before her book. So she had a whole bunch of stuff. I spent most of my money on hers. And those quest item books, she was selling them cheaper than the Incredible Lockhart did. Or Bras Bernard? Bras Bernard, he's over here.
I tell you, shatter your towers.
Oh,
and
guess what I just
crystal
found?
break
Diddle
your
yourself,
wands,
pauper.
And burn your hats.
Okay, I just found a notice board. Okay, Felicia. Come on, over here. That one isn't named. Yeah, Bras, here he is. I need to go over to the left.
Turn away the black cat,
He's over here.
the bat, the owl.
Greetings.
Likewise,
Greetings.
the frog.
I don't want anything to do with you,
Here he
Geralt.
is. Okay.
Brass of Banard. I remember you from Thanad. I believe I saw you in Oxenfurt, too.
Seems we only ever meet on Elvenland.
Indeed. But I suspect you're not here to chat about elven ruins.
So, yeah,
On the contrary, I find elven ruins interesting.
Do you really? Elven works are not half as interesting as gnomish ones.
But even ruined, Loc Muinne is impressive. It must have been beautiful in the times of the First Conclave.
Everything was better before the war, as they say. The sources, those children that old Geoffrey Monk brought here to train in the magic arts, must have walked around gaping at all they saw.
Somehow I just can't imagine Hen Gedimdeath as a small gawking boy.
You met him? Ah, right, on Thanad. His death was a terrible loss. Terrible. You see, Geralt, everyone complains about how the world is taking a turn for the worse.
Values are being compromised. The small is dislodging the great.
Exactly. But the events on Thanad truly marked the end of an era. The world grew up, losing its virginity in a rape.
What use are masters of magic and legendary heroes to a grown-up world?
They're of no use. That's the point. Today, people manage perfectly well without mages, witches, and heroes.
Yet not everyone understands that, and not everyone likes it.
You're so clever, you'll get in trouble. We'd best change the subject.
I hear the person, who are you? You know, you're eavesdropping there, woman. I hear someone snoring in the background. So the weapons.
Actually, I'm here because of your weapon expertise.
I'm no expert.
You're the best swordsmith among mages.
I'm more interested in the cultural relics of other races, actually.
I'm going to need a solid cultural relic in my hand.
Yeah.
I guess the circumstances require haste.
I'm interested in the Wild Hunt. Any chance you know something about it?
No, birds are not exactly my speciality.
Thanks.
Trade. I don't think I have anything to trade right now but look at my money, it's only down to 1,200 because I got a whole bunch of books. But he's the one that has I already compared, he's the one that has the amazing armor of Tirnalia. So I have to come back to him for that. He had the same books. These were all the quest item books, and he is selling them. I think I got them from Felicia for like 65, 64. He's selling them for 95. So I bought them for her because I kind of thought they were cheaper through her. So I got everything I need from him at this point, except for the armor. So speaking of the books, I got a whole bunch of books that the duties and goals. We read this one on my last episode, so I'm not going to read that one. The History of the Council, this one was also read in my last episode. These I bought, these are all about the different beasts. The Arachans, a study. Arachnids are lone hunters. They particularly lie in wait for their prey in order to kill it with one swift strike when it appears. The same is true for the Arachis, a huge creature that took a liking to the riverside forest, becoming their undisputed king. As ruler thereof, the Arachis will not share its territory with any other hunters, witchers included. So this should now update all my journal entries. Nectars in the mist. Even though I've already killed the nectars, this was actually in my. Maybe I didn't need to buy this one. Imagine a drowner that burrows tunnels, climbs trees, is more vicious than usual, and when ambushing its prey, it does so with many of its kin. Now you have a good idea of what a nectar is. These primitive creatures are the bane of the wilderness. The inhabitants of forest villages fear them, and animals give their nests a wide berth. Neckers are social creatures, gathering in something akin to tribes, for they can only repel the attacks of stronger assailants in mass. Witchers can use their full range of skills and techniques when fighting neckers. Signs, bombs, poisons, and oils that augment bleeding are all extremely effective against the beasts. Nectar nests are best destroyed with grape shot bombs. Okay, the art of magic is one I just got. The power the sorcerers can command is commonly called magic. In the opinion of a certain sorceress I'm acquainted with, magic is chaos, an art and a science, a curse, a blessing and progress. However poetic it may sound, it is hard to find a better simile. Everything depends on the person that uses that power, of course. Still, it is a fact that it can be used to achieve things not possible to normal humans. The Witcher's signs are also a form of magic, but sorcerers look at them with disdain, since they cannot be compared to the forces the sorcerers themselves command. Without magic, our world would certainly be less interesting, and many beautiful things would be forgotten. Yeah, magic is a beautiful thing, but there are so many complications with it because of, people. People corrupt the magic. Conjecture. There are scores of learned works, dissertations, and treatises about the magical catechism from about 1500 years ago. Because of this event, creatures never seen before entered our world and still do not have their own ecological niche here. Among others, grabbers and gals are relics of the premonition of the spears, though Elven tradition has it that we, humans, are also newcomers from that time. The sorcerers claim that humanity received both the wondrous gift and the terrible curse that they consider magic to be at that time. So that was the conjunction of the spears, the grand triple. Great Matia is, among others, the patron of love, marriage, fertility, nature, and abundance. Her cult came to be through the blending of those beliefs many different races and cultures held about these aspects of life. Maritalis' popularity never waned, and the phenomena is explained in various ways. I think the causes are prosaic myself. The cult of Meritali is a predominantly woman cult, and the goddess is, among others, the protector of women in childbirth. A delivering woman has to scream, And apart from the usual yells and empty promises that she will never give herself to another mangy man again, the woman has to call some deity for help, and Martella fits the bill perfectly. Because women were delivering, deliver, and will be delivering, the goddess Martella does not have to worry about a lowering of the number of worshippers. The horrors of war. Rothfiends. Given that they are necrophages, Rothfiends feed on carrion and human corpses, but this does not mean they do not attack the living. They appear on battlefields, near cities afflicted by plague, or around villages touched by phantom. See a Rothfiend and you can be sure there are many more in the area. They appear of a sudden and disappear even more quickly if threatened, or so exterminating them is difficult. Trapping Rothfiends makes little or no sense. Instead, they are best dealt with by cutting off their food supply, that is, burning all corpses in the area. Oh, okay. Corpses must be incinerated rather than buried, for Rothfiends are avid and skilled diggers. Without substance, the beast will leave in search of new feeding grounds. So if I run across corpses, now I need to burn them? Okay, that makes sense. And that explains why when we were in Bergen and I wandered into the camp of followers, there were some corpses laying around that asked me to burn them. And I didn't understand why. Now I do. Okay. We didn't have any Rothfiends in Bergen, but here I guess we're going to. Race, fear, and trembling. Race are not, as some claim, the outward manifestations of an inner fear. They are visible, tangible, and dangerous on top of that. According to the teachings of priests, those who die suddenly without completing their tasks in the vale of tears become such specters. Race have their own aims. Sometimes they remain unaware of them, but more often than not, they pursue their calling without the slightest regard for the living. No, they do not. 3 years among the Endrages. Let's get this. 3 years among. Okay. Endrages are forest creatures that resemble arachnids. They are especially fond of floodplains, as moisture and tall grass suit them. Longer than they are tall, they move about on all fours and are extremely difficult to spot as they lie motionless, awaiting their prey. Like Kilgmores, Indegres are divided into castes, with warriors being most numerous, guards being less common, and queens being a real rarity. These monsters, like arachnids, hatch from eggs. Impregnated queens lay the eggs in cocoons which hang from trees in areas known as nests. The lesser creatures zealously guard their queens as colonies depend on them for survival. The queens themselves remain hidden, caring little for what happens to other adult specimens. However, when their nest is threatened, they emerge swiftly and fight ferociously. Thus, to exterminate an Endreja colony, one must set fire to its cocoons to draw out and kill the queen. Okay? The Temerian Special Forces. The creation of these formations The creation of these formations began. It turned out that shitty shield bearers are as good at fighting the mobile skeletal units as a knight's saddle on a pig. The first special forces were formed by King Demivald, and they were commanded by the infamous White Raleigh. Their effectiveness when... Okay, it's supposed to be with wind. They have wind. Okay, their effectiveness went hand in hand with cruelty and ruthlessness in their battles with the squirrels, and their hatred to non-humans usually extended, mightily speaking, beyond professional spheres. Elves from the units had equally strong amenity towards them, and the clashes between the partisans and the special forces were always extremely brutal and bloody. Besides fighting the Squalatail, the Temerian special forces carried out a variety of other dangerous tasks, justly earning their reputation of effective professionals. The Temerian royal dynasty. King Falstaff's daughter, cursed in her mother's womb, entered the world a stillborn beast. Interred, she continued to grow until she rose from the grave as a horrifying Striga, Wow, I didn't know that. The jag-toothed princess long terrorized Vizimia until Geralt freed her of the dark spell. Oh, okay. That's at the very beginning of Witcher 1. So that was King Bolst's daughter. I didn't realize that because he did not look the same. Years later, Ada once more succumbed to the curse, and the Witcher again faced the Striga. This time, however, politics were at play. The Order of the Flaming Rose brought on a revision and a bid to breed chaos in Vizimia and overthrow King Foltest. Okay, so this explains some of what went on in Witcher 1 that I was not aware of. Okay, so that's why that was a big part of the beginning of the game. The rules, okay, we already know about all this. Okay, the Rose and the Flame. This is one I bought. This knightly brotherhood originating in Temeria initially followed sublime ideas. It could not have been otherwise, so as it was founded on the basis of fighting corruption and depravity in the Order of the White Rose, a declining association that, in effect of these reforms, was then transformed into the Order of the Flaming Rose. Unfortunately, strong racist tendencies, even strengthened by the leadership of Jacques turned the new order into a nest of intolerance. Its role in the Vizimia rebellion still remains morally ambiguous. The Nilfgaardian provinces. The Empire Nilfgaard is the largest state in the known world, its rule extending over more than a dozen provinces. It has conquered all the realms south of the Emil Mountains and united them under one crown. Black imperial standards adorned with a golden sun flutter over buildings and outposts from the Jagan River in the north to Bicorvio in the south and the mountain mastiffs of Tir Torken in the east. The Empire's mighty armies lay in wait, ready to bring death at their ruler's command or to the eagerly in his name. The Black Ones' continued march northward was last stopped several years ago through the united effort of the northern kingdoms and the sacrifice of much blood at Brima. Yet, peering across the Yaga on a bright day, one still can see their dark cloaks and the sun glancing up the points of their lances. Okay. Of trolls in Trolleen. This is a new one. According to legend, trolls were born of the earth and their body is made of rock. They fear and despise sunlight, which kills them by turning them into inanimate stone, so they only prowl at night. So much for legends. What is the reality? Well, as always, the truth is far more mundane. Trolls are living creatures like you and me, and they prefer day to night, for they are so clumsy they stumble over stones in the dark, spilling the vodka they cherish so much. Their skin is indeed hard as stone, but beneath it there are muscles and heart that pumps blood. Given that they bleed, they can be killed. Yes, they can. Monstrum, or a portrayal of witchers. Once as numerous as the beasts they fought, today the Witchers are seen as a relic of times long gone. The exact character of their training remains a mystery. It is known it consists, among others, of the trials processes that transform the organisms using a specific combination of secret herbs and infusions. Those who survive them gain superhuman reflexes, speed of reaction, the ability to see in the dark, and many other traits making them lethal foes. During their training, they learn swordplay and basics of magic known as signs. Armed in this set of abilities, the Witchers can effectively fulfill their objective, that is, protect humans from the monsters inhabiting our world. And sometimes we get a little political. Marshal Milam Roppenmek. Not much apart from memories of its former glory remain at Loc Muinne, an elven city situated along the upper reaches of the Pontar amidst the peaks of the Blue Mountains. It must at one time have been a breathtaking sight, emerging from the morning mist. Today, only white ruins mark where it once proudly stood. Centuries ago, it was here that the sorcerer Geoffrey Morak brought with him the sources, a group of human children with a gift for the power, to hand them over to the elven sages for training. He managed to overcome the distrust of this elder race, and it seemed that a path to coexistence and cooperation between humans and elves had been opened. Yet history took an altogether different course. A few years later, Redian armies massacred Loc Muinne's population, killing all the elves regardless of gender or age, thus beginning a war that ended with Elarian's uprising and the massacre at Sharawanda, after which most of the surviving elves retreated east into the inaccessible Blue Mountains. Always a war with the elves! How to kill a bull boar. The bull boar can be compared to a heap of muscles contained within a flexible yet durable hide. It has the head of a buffalo, yet its nostril is filled with sharp yet its mouth is filled with sharp teeth, perfectly suited to rendering flesh. Bull boars are post-conjunction feasts. Visible marks of chaos include the creature's horns and the vestigial, largely immovable limbs that cover its body. So it has multiple limbs? Harpies, daughters of the Gale. There are many species of harpy, and all are kleptomaniacs, though some steal dreams instead of trinkets. They especially like dreams laden with strong emotions, such as nightmares that recur every night. The victims lose their dreams, which can actually be a blessing where nightmares are concerned, and the harpies encase them in crystals, creating items that strongly radiate magic. Mages desire the dreams these creatures steal. They are even known to breed harpies on purchase with a view towards filching their body at daybreak. Yet it is rare for a dream or nightmare to be powerful enough, or to come from a powerful enough creature to satisfy the desires of a mage. He who would destroy a harpy's nest perched atop a rocky ledge must set a special glistening explosive trap. When the harpy snatches its loot, the charge is detonated, and anything that survives the explosion is dealt with by gravity, the eternal foe of all avian creatures. Yeah. If you fly, you have gravity against you. Gargoyles. This is another one I wanted to get. Gargoyles, gutters, splutters, maintenance, repair. Theorists of magic still argue about how gargoyles should be classified. This author favors the school which claims they are a type of golem, for gargoyles are nothing more than fancy sculptures brought to life by magic in order to perform menial duties. They can complete only the most rudimentary tasks, so they are often found guarding a territory, even if their creator turned it to dust long ago. He who seeks to deactivate the creatures prematurely must first locate the place from which they are controlled. Once there, he extinguishes the magic runes that control the construct's will. Oh, so that's how you have to get rid of gargoyles, is find where they're being controlled from. Drowners, a textbook for initiatives of the Order of the Flaming Rose. Sometimes drowned men return as monsters to taunt the living. Tormented by their own deaths, they seek to murder others. They prefer to draw their prey underwater. As their victims drown, they tear them into shreds and consume them like soggy biscuits. Such creatures are called drowners. They are numerous on the banks of the Pontar, as this large river with regular shipping and riverside villages provides them with ample substance. Wow. I know this is a lot of reading, isn't it? My voice is getting bad. I think we're almost done, though. Darana's memoirs. I find the study of bacteria interesting, but focusing on a single subject affects me poorly. I am also plagued by a lack of company, not of other people who are almost always troublesome ignoramuses, but of someone with whom I could converse at my level. I decided to work on one of the golems and attempt to expand its ability to think and converse. The latter proved simple, yet time will tell if having it memorize poems and philosophical treatises was a good idea. For now, I play at riddles with it. Codifying on a single tablet the ability to think properly and logically was the true challenge. I am still having trouble stimulating common sense. All my attempts thus far have ended in semantic overload. overload. I am, however, certain that logical axioms will suffice as the most basic rules of thinking. So he created the golems, did he? Bruax. Eulogists of death. The Bruaxa is a higher vampire that is a post-conjunction creature, an intruder in our world. She assumes the form of a beautiful woman, then turns terrifying when she grows hungry and attacks. As befits a vampire, the Bruxa drinks blood. The victim of a Bruxa is often both her lover and her chief source of its substance. Aha. Beings of the element of earth. The Earth Elemental is the younger brother of the legendary Dio, the genie capable of creating earthquakes and flattening mountains. Younger means less powerful, but also more mischievous, felling trees, toppling the walls of buildings, and crushing people into a pulp. Number among this creature's pranks. Of course, it performs only those its master wishes it to. So it's a genie. Baltimore's directions. Yeah, these are all... Alright, so I think that's the end of all my books that I just bought. Yes, it is. Okay. So it should have updated a lot of my monster things, right? Here it did. Monsters. It brought up trolls. Earth Elemental. That, Indendric, Rothbein, Bow. Okay, and these will then. Okay, cool. Harpy. So we already had the Knicker. Cool. Alright, so this is where I got myself into trouble last time.
What do you want?
Damn, you guys smell. Let's roll some dice.
I have some coin I can afford to lose.
Then you've come to the right place.
Alright, so. But I don't think he's a mage. Am I going to get in trouble here? Am I going to go to jail again? I suppose I should have saved. I never thought about that. Okay, so I've got two of a kind. Right? No, I got one. I got a pair of ones. Because that's a 5 and that's a 6. What do you have? You have a pair of 4s. Oh, you have 2 pair. What the heck, right? Yeah. Alright, come on, give me... I didn't. Nope, I lost. I knew I would.
How do you roll those 6s again and again?
Uh-oh.
Well, seems fortune smiled on us and pissed on you.
Okay, I'm trying to get myself caught, am I?
The devil couldn't beat you at dice.
And you'd even lose to an ape.
Okay, I wanted to say first. Alright. So it's giving me a chance.
What you staring at?
No. I want
Just curious to see what you were doing. I'll be going now.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck off, freak.
Yeah, okay. I want to get over here to the end is where I'm trying to get to over here. And then we will work on... Oh, there's a notice board here too. And I wanted the notice board.
Water? Steady yourself, pauper.
I guess you're here about the war with Kedwin.
They wouldn't let us near Natalis, and rather the maid perhaps penciled
Penciled can't open.
Who's just a
Terrible.
Okay. I didn't realize he was next to
Leave
the
the royal
notice board.
courts.
Okay, here we go.
Venom into rulers' ears no more.
So, Gargoyle contract. Let it be known far and wide that the sorcerers gathered in Loc Muinne seek a brave soul to rid the city of gargoyles. These beings pose a threat to the guests arriving for the summit. Therefore, They must be removed by any means possible. The person or persons who successfully fulfill this contract will be rewarded by the Venerable Ras Deban Ard, who receive the gratitude of the Brotherhood. Okay. Mighty Nuna's challenge? Mighty Nuna. Oh. Mighty Nuna wants you. Mighty Nuna, the world's greatest strongman, challenges the brave among you. Test your arm, nay, the strength of your very being against Mighty Numa. Come to the city's central square and accept. No, I'm not gonna.
It's not too
Oh,
late
I have to
repent.
accept it. I don't want to accept it. All right. Elegance breeds prestige. Style shapes charisma. We all know how important a dazzling appearance can be. Then this holds doubly true for a summoner sorcerer, sorceresses, and royalty and its retinues. All members of the Magic Guild have arrived in wondrous new attire, their hair precisely and expertly arranged. But long voyages and the associated hardships are never kind to the achievements of stylists. Even an archmistress's portal can generate currents that wreak havoc with a perfectly set, towering butterfly bone pot. You can yet avoid the shameful catastrophe of appearing tarnished amongst society. Brothers and sisters desiring adjustment to their hairstyles, I await you in the central square beneath the aqueduct near the tower. Yeah, we already know that one. Okay. So there was only one thing there, the gargoyle.
I remember
Your
you
lecturer's
from
punished.
Thanet.
But not
I
one sorceress
don't want
flogging
anything to
another
do with you.
on
You don't want anything to do with me?
sable fur with the other.
It's a brazen
Greetings.
attack. King Radovid will learn of this.
Radovid sent them, you
Okay. So this is the inn, such as it is. You have a storage box here.
Witcher.
Greetings.
Greetings. Nice place.
Many thanks for the compliment. Welcome to the Eternal Fire.
Kitchen open day and night.
It's not that kind of fire. The Eternal Fire is the light of truth, the hearth of a true community. Only in the Eternal Fire, beneath the sign of this clan, can we burn witches all day, and man is fellow man.
Okay. Sure. What do you have to trade? A whole bunch of junk here. That's all you have is the junk. Okay.
This would never happen if...
Okay. So, we're gonna go ahead and put this. Oh, how did I end up with a pickaxe? Get rid of that. I can't get rid of that. Can I get rid of my books? So what do we have here that I can sell? Alright, let's get rid of this. This is, oh yeah, we're gonna get rid of this. I got two different sets of armor here. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of these. Come on, armor. And then get rid of this one too. We got all these enhancements. What trophies do I have? Iron, harpy. Do I have a harpy in there? No. Nope, I do not. I do have one of these in there already. Okay, so I'll get rid of that one. Oops. Get rid of my mutagens for now? I don't know. Do I? Well, I can get rid of two of them. Oop, I'm here. Don't need. I don't know why I'm hanging on to all these, right? There we go. Like these, I got a lot of these. Elemental stone is heavy. Keep 5. Harpy feathers. Yeah, we don't need all those harpy feathers. I have a feeling we're going to end up with more. Same thing with harpy eyes. God, I still weight is 309? Really? How did my weight so high? Is something wrong here?
And if Grandma had a moustache...
Yeah, my weight is 309.
We must protest with all our power.
Yep. What is going on? Oh, that's right. All right. I need to sell that stuff. That's why. Get rid of this. Now we're down to 248, but that's still not that much. Okay. All right, so we got to our inn. We got our stuff taken care of here. We got a notice. Did a lot of reading this episode. We still need to get over here. This is our hang on. Hello? I'm trying to do my J. My journal's not working all of a sudden. Here's my map. What's going on? Well, that's not making any sense. Okay. Well,
Witcher!
yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close down this episode. So it was mostly reading all the books that I got, but at least now I have, something weird is going on here. Yeah. Can I even... Uh-oh. Something weird's going on. So I'm going to go ahead and close down this episode. Thanks for watching. Sahara out.